This is Cashflow Ninja, episode 60 with Jake Larsen.
Welcome to the Cashflow Ninja, the podcast empowering and inspiring people to discover how to generate their own income and manage, grow, and protect their own wealth in the new economy. Now, here is your host, MC Laubscher.
Hello everyone, MC Laubscher here and welcome to another episode of the Cashflow Ninja. I have a great show for you today and I'm really excited to have on a great guest that's doing amazing stuff with video marketing on platforms like YouTube. My guest today is Jake Larsen. After Google asked him to be a YouTube marketing ambassador, Jake Larsen quit his job, and this was about a month before his first child was born, to start Video Power Marketing, a video marketing advertising agency that helps people capture attention, drive traffic, and increase sales using YouTube advertising. Jake works with businesses to transform their YouTube ad campaigns into automated sales machines. Jake Larsen grew up with a camera in his hand. His passion for video making led him to TV advertising in Los Angeles, where he worked behind the scenes with Fox Entertainment on TV shows like 24, American Idol, and House. It was here that he started to notice this massive change that was going on in the video advertising world. People's eyes and ears weren't where they used to be, and they were shifting from TV to online video. By creating effective videos and creating his own YouTube advertising strategies, Jake's been able to grow channels up to 24 million views and increase online sales by 65% for multi-million-dollar companies. His creative marketing solutions caught the attention of Google and was asked to become a YouTube marketing ambassador, an invitation that only 9 companies in the world received. Knowing that the billions of dollars being wasted on TV commercials would eventually flow to YouTube, Jake quit his job a month before the first child was born to start Video Power Marketing, a video marketing and advertising agency that helps companies leverage video to capture attention, drive traffic, and increase conversions using YouTube TrueView advertising. Jake developed a specific YouTube strategy that has allowed him and his clients the ability to get their message in front of many specific types of people. And this video strategy not only guarantees views, but cuts through the competition to capture and direct viewers' attention. These videos are built around getting people to move. Videos that drive traffic and increase sales. Jake's YouTube ads have caught the attention from people all over the world, including online marketing giant Ryan Deiss, who asked Jake to speak at the Traffic and Conversion Summit in San Diego. This new video marketing strategy earned Jake a spot on the cover of Internet Marketing magazine and on the speaking list of events such as SMX, VidSummit, Conversion Conference, and more. I'm really excited to have Jake on the show, but before we are joined by Jake, I just wanted to remind you guys that you can share your feedback and thoughts on today's interview with me at info@cashflowninja.com or tweet me on Twitter at MC Laubscher. Please also to remember our mailing list by signing up at cashflowninja.com or texting Cashflow Ninja, one word, all capitalized, to 44222. That's 2 4s and 3 2s. As some of my listeners may know, I live in Newtown, Pennsylvania, a town that's about 45 minutes away from Philadelphia, the birthplace of the United States, the home of the cheesesteak, the Rocky Steps, and also the hometown of the beloved founding father, Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin believed an investment in knowledge pays the best interest, and early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. The Cashflow Ninja have aligned itself with partners that aims to empower you to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Our healthy partner on it provides supplements, nutrient-dense and earth-grown foods, and fitness equipment to help you achieve your next level of well-being and total human optimization. Our listeners can get a 10% discount with coupon code GETONIT at cashflowninjahealth.com. Our wealthy partner, Fundrise, gives everyone the opportunity to invest directly in high-quality real estate without the middleman. Fundrise makes the process of investing in the highest quality commercial real estate from around the country simple, efficient, and transparent. You can get started with as little as $1,000, and you don't have to be an accredited investor to participate in some of their offerings. You can check them out at cashflowninjawealth.com. And don't forget our wise partner, Audible. You can download any audiobook for free when you try Audible for 30 days. You can grab your free audiobook download at cashflowninjabook.com.
Hey, this is John Lee Dumas from Entrepreneur on Fire, and you're listening to the Cashflow Ninja podcast with your host, MC Lobsher. You must be prepared to ignite.
Jake, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, MC. I'm excited to be here.
Can you please share a little bit about your background and your journey as an entrepreneur?
Absolutely. It's been a crazy and fun journey. So I have a huge passion for video. I love making videos, and I've since learned I love advertising those videos. So background about me, again, I've grown up with a camera in my hand. I've always been filming and making videos. And after college, companies started hiring me to make videos for them, and it was cool. I was able to make some money doing something I love to do. And that was like a huge win for me, was being able to align my passion with profit, right? I was able to profit from my passion. Wow. One of the problems I started running into, though, is I'd make these videos for these clients, and I'd give them the videos, and they'd just kind of sit there. They wouldn't do anything with them. Some of them would upload them to YouTube, and they'd sit there with like 27 views. I'm like, you're investing all this time and money making the videos and you're not getting any traction from it. That's frustrating. Anyway, eventually got a job at a company where we were able to finally link the videos we create to them with actual sales. And we were the team. I was part of a bigger marketing team, and that's when I learned how to market videos. And it was just a huge eye opener. In fact, we were so good that we were one of 10 companies asked by Google to become YouTube marketing ambassadors. So it was a pretty cool opportunity. They flew us out to the Googleplex. They flew us out to YouTube headquarters, and they showed us this new way of advertising videos, which back in 2012, this was before the ads you could skip after 5 seconds. This was like before the pre-roll days.
Right.
So right there, I saw oh my gosh, my mind was open. I saw this future. I'm like, holy cow, this is a guaranteed way of having people see your videos. But not only that, we can actually track and measure people, opt into your email list if they purchase a product. We could track and measure results. And so with this experience, I'm like, this is the future, this is the potential. I'm like, you know what? If I gotta create a company around this, I gotta teach this to everyone. So I ended up a month before my first child was born, I quit my job and started Video Power Marketing, this agency that we have, and I started running YouTube ads for myself. That's all we do now. All we do is create videos, and we help other people advertise those videos using YouTube ads. And we built a company around it. We've been doing it for 3 years, and that's a little background. That's what we do.
Great. Now, wow, you left your job a month before the birth of your first child. So let's talk about the process that led after that. So you had that big aha moment. When you're at Google, and then from there you said, well, I have to take advantage of this. So you started building your business on the side a little bit until there was some traction, or what was the process like?
Yeah, so some people think, oh, that's such a careless thing of you to just quit your job right before you had your child, but it was actually very strategic and very thought out. So once I knew what I wanted to do, and I had this skill set that I knew that people needed, and I proved the concept before I actually quit my job. So I actually went out and I got an agreement with 2 other companies on a 3-month retainer, and that was like my safety net. That said, hey, you know what? now I got two clients that will pay me, a certain amount a month. That's enough to cover my my income that I can replace. And that was my safety net. And with that safety net, I said, all right, I gave them my 2 weeks. And then I basically had a 3-month window to prove the concept. And because I had, a lot more time on my hands, I didn't have to work a 9-to-5 job. I was able to, invest in the business, and it worked out. I was able to replace my income pretty much month one of quitting my job. So there wasn't like a big struggle as far as cash flow goes. But it was a little risky because it's like, will this work? You always have that self-doubt, right? But luckily, it worked out, and it was great. And I guess the conversation that happened with my wife was like, hey, I think it's, I want to quit my job and start this company. And I've got an amazing wife. She's like, all right, Jake, I trust you. Do your thing, but we have to have insurance. So that was her big thing. And all right, if we need more insurance, it's going to cost more money. That means I have to get one more client. So I started to think of instead of reasons why I can't quit my job, I started thinking of how can I quit my job? How can I make more money so I can afford that additional insurance? So it was kind of a mindset change for sure, from an employee mentality to an owner mentality. But it worked out. I mean, it's been so that was 3 years ago. So a little over 3 years ago, I was working a 9-to-5 day job.
Yeah, and there's so many really, really good pieces of what you just covered. The first thing is, too, this was all done strategically. You had a vision, that moment. You started building your business as a sidepreneur, and just growing it on the side. You got your clients, and strategically then moved away from your 9-to-5 job. And then also, that mindset switch is so powerful. Not, I can't afford this. I can't do this, but how can I afford this? Okay, let's figure it out. It's math. Yep. So, very, very inspiring. Now, Jake, tell me about video power marketing. What are some of the services and value you provide? You guys film some videos for clients and then help them market it. Share a little bit with the listeners what you guys do.
Yeah, so I mean, every business needs a way to get their message heard. And then they also need a way for it to show results, right? So any business needs traffic to their website. They need leads to get on their email list or to fill up their pipeline. And then they need to be able to track sales from that. And the beauty of video, so what we do at Video Power Marketing, we're just a video ad agency. We help people create these videos that will get people's attention in 5 seconds, that will build trust within the video. And then the goal is not to just get people to watch the video, right? Because views are worthless unless people do something after they watch the video. So we track. Our goal with these videos is to get people off of YouTube onto people's web pages or websites, and then from there getting into their email list and eventually becoming a customer or a client. So that's our main service that we provide for that's the big value add for entrepreneurs or businesses that we do.
Now, YouTube videos also is extremely powerful, just targeting your specific avatar for your business and getting in front of the right people, right? That's you want to go where the people will be that are going to become your clients or purchase your products. And you can do this really cost efficient and effectively. Can you share with the listeners how video influences just the overall buying behavior of people and the power of YouTube?
Absolutely. So as far as the power of video, I think if you're going for influence, I think the biggest influence you can have on someone is to be in a room with someone one-on-one, right? You're in a physical location with them. They can see you, they can hear you, they can touch you. And that's the best way to kind of get businesses is through that contact. But the downside is when your business depends on you being with your clients, that's one-on-one. There's no leverage there, right?
Right.
A better way of thinking about it is instead of one-to-one, let's do 1 to hundreds or 1 to thousands or 1 to millions. And that's the power of video, especially when you combine it with advertising, because video is one of the best mediums you can get, the best mediums you can connect with people without actually being there in person. It's a way for people to see you, hear you, and when you add, music and emotion to it, they can almost feel you through video. And then you combine that video that shares your story, that tells how your product can benefit people, and now you've transitioned from a one-to-one to a one-to-millions, and you can advertise that to very specific types of people on YouTube. And the cool thing with YouTube is they go there. I mean, remember, YouTube is owned by Google, so it's the second largest search engine in the world, and people go on YouTube to figure out a problem to their a problem that they have, or to learn how to do something, or to be entertained. And so when you have a product or a service that matches a need of the majority of the people, it's just placing that video in front of specific types of people and watching the magic happen.
And how many people is on YouTube? I mean, it's an insane number.
So here's a cool stat. YouTube has 1 billion monthly active users. And then as far as views go, they get 4 billion views every day. And to give you some context on that, the Super Bowl in the US gets 100 million views. So when you compare them together, 40 Super Bowls happen every day on YouTube. So it's and the crazy part is, advertisers are spending $4 million for a 30-second spot, and you're only reaching 100 million people. But with YouTube ads, you can advertise for pennies on the dollar from what other advertisers are paying. You can get a cost per view as low as 2 cents, a 2 cent cost per view, and it's trackable. You can measure it. You know what you're getting. The whole goal of advertising is if you can spend $1 on ads and generate $3 or $4 in sales. And YouTube allows you to track all those metrics in between. So it's pretty cool.
Now let's talk about the YouTube ads, because there are ones that you can skip, as you've mentioned, that you can click on. And then obviously the ones that you cannot skip, that you have to wait until the end and then watch them to completion and then go and watch the video that you want to watch. So what are the differences between these two, and what are the most successful ones? So
I'm not a fan of the ones you can't skip, because it's just forced, right?
Right.
And how many people do well when they're forced to do something? I would much rather have people choose to watch my video and choose to come to my website than something that's forced, and it's a lot better for businesses in the end. So we actually don't do a lot of the forced ads, because I just don't think it's a great. You get better quality traffic and views when people choose to engage. So yeah, that's our philosophy is create a video that people want to watch, and it's actually a great way of targeting. So for example, there are some people that just will never buy your product or service. They're just not interested. And so what's great about the ones you can skip after 5 seconds is you kind of present who you are and what you do within the first 5 seconds. You try and get your audience's attention, and if they're not interested, they'll skip it. And that's okay, because those people that skip your ad, if they skip before 30 seconds, you're not paying for it. So that's a huge value add for advertisers, is if they skip your ad, anytime before 30 seconds, you're not paying for that view. It's basically a free branding up until that point.
That's huge.
That is huge. And I guess I should clarify too. It's you only pay for a view when they watch half of the ad or 30 seconds. So if you have a 60-second video and they skip after 29 seconds, you're not paying for it. If you have a 30-second video and they watch at least 15 seconds, then that's where you pay for the view. But again, the average cost per view is 7 cents, so it's really cheap. It's a very cheap way of advertising, very inexpensive, and it's fair too. You get a lot of value out of that.
So if you go in there with a direct purpose and very polished, you can get someone basically clicking on that ad and going towards your website or your sales funnel base at zero cost.
Yes, and that's changed recently. So if they do click on your video before 30 seconds to hey, click here to opt in or to check out more information, if they click, it's going to charge you like whatever the cost per view is, which may be 3 cents and maybe 5 cents. So, I mean, technically you could be getting highly targeted views or highly targeted clicks for like 3-5 cents.
Very powerful. Now, are there some strategies as far as the content that you put in and the call to action, the CTAs in there that you can share with my listeners?
Absolutely. So one of my first video ads is I knew I wanted to target entrepreneurs. I knew I wanted to target marketers. So I made sure to make that clear within the first 5 seconds. And so if you have a business or service, that one of the strategies that you have to use, I mean, remember, people's finger is hovering over the skip now button. They're there looking for something similar to your product or service, but again, it's an ad. It's a little intrusive, but at least people can choose to watch it. So you got to get their attention in 5 seconds. So one of the strategies I used was I said, hey, are you an entrepreneur or marketer? If not, go ahead and skip this video because I want to talk to the people who are serious about entrepreneurship and marketing their business. So it was just like a way like, wait, what? Like, yeah, I am a marketer. And I knew for a fact that would work because you can target those types of people. So it was just a great way to get people's attention, to kind of catch them off guard. And that's a strategy that we use with a lot of our clients is call out their audience within the first 5 seconds. After you have their attention, after they're interested, then you want to kind of share your story. You want to build the product, what the problem that the viewer, the audience is having right now. And then you transition to how your product or service overcomes the solution. And then the third, like the last and the most important part of the video is the call to action. And again, traditionally with TV, there's never been a call to action with like TV commercials, right? It's just you watch it and that's it. But YouTube is completely different. Like there's engagement. People can comment. People can click. So at the end of the video, you want to make sure that you have a clickable call to action. And without that call to action, you're just wasting your ad spend. So one of the strategies that we use is we make sure that we add a graphic
right
towards the end of the video that says, click here to learn more, or get instant access, or schedule a free consultation, or whatever your next step is, and make it like a graphic that looks like a button that people can click. And it's crazy that, well, it's not crazy. It's so stupid simple it works, but tell them, click here to get access. If you don't tell them or ask them to do something, they're not going to do it. So make sure that you have that call to action in there.
Keep it as simple as possible. I like that. Yeah, you literally, please click here. Now, as far as shooting the videos, what would you advise people? Should they do it professionally? Can you start with a smartphone, just testing it out? What in your experiences work best?
I guess it depends on the brand and it depends on the company. If you have a bigger brand that carries some weight, that you have that you have some market share, I wouldn't go cheap. I would invest in a good production, video production shoot. I would imagine there's maybe a lot of entrepreneurs, people starting out. If that's the case, you can shoot with your iPhone. I did a test one time. And I said, okay, I've come from the video background, so I did one video that was on a green screen. We had a script, we had a teleprompter. It was a higher production value with me in front of the camera, showing B-roll footage and everything. And we were running that as an ad to get people on our email list and eventually to purchase a product. And then we had I did another one just because I wanted to see. I handheld. I got my phone. I got my iPhone, and I just did a handheld, and I said, "Hey, it's Jake with Video Power Marketing. You're watching this. I've got a guaranteed way of getting your message out there. Click here just click here to see how we can help you grow your business with YouTube ads." And we kind of compared the two, and they both performed great. Like we were both getting leads from the videos. So I guess to answer your question, either or can work. It depends on your niche and your brand. I think YouTube has some flexibility, right? Because it's kind of it's a creator's world. It's more creative, so you don't have to have this polished final video to advertise. You can get away with having some personality to it and having fun with it.
Right, because also people want to feel that they're dealing with a real person on the other end. That's the power of the video. So sometimes when it comes too slick and too polished, they like kind of look at it, But it all depends again what your marketing strategy is, as you've said. Now, Jake, as an entrepreneur and investor, we face adversity, and it's not always rainbows and unicorns. What are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned and the best advice you've gotten on your journey?
So I think the best advice I got was early on from a mentor of mine. He shared this information, but it didn't really come into effect in my life until a couple years ago. As an entrepreneur, I think it's really hard to balance life, and we always use that's the problem that we say is it's a work-life balance, right?
Right.
But I think what it is, it's not a work-life balance, it's a work-life priority. So the advice that he gave me was to think of your life as those plate spinners. If you go to a circus or whatever, there's those people who spin plates on a stick. And if you watch them, they get a plate spinning on a stick, and once it's spinning on its own, they move to the second plate, and they start spinning that one until it's moving on its own, and then the third and the fourth. And I think the same applies to life. Like with business, you get your clients taken care of, and get someone and hire a team member to make sure that client gets taken care of. And once that's good, then focus on the next project. Maybe you're focusing on your marketing and get that automated working on. And then outside of your business, you have a life. You got to take care of your family. So make sure your wife's happy. Make sure your kids are happy. And then you got to go back to your business. Focus on the business. So the advice is you can't balance everything all the time. If you try and balance all the plates and all the projects you have all the time, they're going to crash, and you're going to crash, and it's going to hurt. So the principle is focus on priorities. If you're at work, be at work. If you're with that client, be with the client. If you're at home with your kids and your family, be home. And I say this, I feel like a hypocrite because I've struggled with this in the past, where my wife's cooking dinner, I'm trying to check client emails and trying to reply back, and I can't do it. It's not good for the clients. It's not good for family. So just be focused on that one. Wherever you are, be there.
Very powerful advice. Now, one of the habits that I've observed from wealthy and successful people is that they're always studying new subjects and learning new skills. What are you currently studying, and what skill sets are you currently learning?
So one of the things I've been trying to focus on is it's actually speaking and speaking clearly. I don't know if I'm massacring this podcast, but I think it's important as an entrepreneur to be able to communicate effectively and clearly with your team, with your clients. I know I speak at some conferences, so making sure that all the points are hit, and whether you're on webinars or podcasts. So a skill set that I've been focusing on is speaking. Are you able to tell stories? Are you building emotion in your stories and in your presentations? And do you have a logical sequence? Is your thinking clearly? And of course, with any speaking ability, whether you're on stage, on a webinar, on a podcast, there has to be a good call to action. Are you able to move people and get people to act? And that's just a skill set that I think a lot of entrepreneurs need, and it's something that I needed to do. So that's a focus of mine that I've been working on lately.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's very, very powerful. Communication is just a business. I mean, it's key, and just getting your message across, as you're saying too, and in public speaking and on podcasts and everything. Very, very powerful skill. Jake, a core message in our show is to leave our families and communities and the world a better place than we found it by passing down a mindset and values and principles to future generations, not just money. If you cannot pass on any money to future generations, and we're only allowed to pass on 3 principles to them to build wealth and achieve happiness and success, what would they be?
So one, a principle I try and live by is to value relationships over money. I think if you money, you can always make more money, but you can always you can damage relationships if you always focus on money. And so relationships is more important than money. And so always putting people first. And honestly, if you put people first and relationships first, I think money naturally follows. So that's a principle that I live by, and try to I'm more conscious of it now. Number 2, advice. I would just say get married and have kids. I don't know if that's a good advice. It is good advice for business, and the reason being is, as far as getting married goes, you need someone who's there in the good times and the bad times. Your partner in crime, someone who's seen you at your lowest and who can enjoy life with you at the highest. And it's that commitment, right? It's that commitment to each other, that commitment to making life happen. I know from a business perspective, if I have a stressful day at work or something, I can come home and my wife just can help me think through problems and issues, and she's there to support me with whatever I need. She honestly gives me some of my best business advice that I have. So she helps me to just digest problems. And then as far as kids go, this was something I was a little hesitant early on. You have those excuses. Oh, if I have kids, I can't do certain things. I won't have time. I can't do everything that I wanted to. But going back to when I quit my job, I had a child on the line. I had my family on the line, and you can call that the child effect, right? Like, right. No matter what, I am not going to fail, because if I do, it's not just me that fails. It's putting my family at risk. That just gave me that added motivation to make business work and to make it work. And really, that's like a deeper meaning of why. The reason I'm doing the business is to support them and give them the opportunities that they need. So that just provides a deep why to anything that you do, and it applies to anyone, right?
Right. Why is so powerful. I mean, what's a stronger why than your family, your wife, and your child, and providing for them and the greatest life that you can possibly can. It's so important to have that partner in your life. My wife is the same. I can bounce ideas of her. She brings a lot of creativity to my ideas as well, just by bouncing some ideas off her. And then, so it's so powerful and so important what you just said.
Yeah, and it's like, well, you can bounce ideas off of her. Like sometimes us as entrepreneurs, we get so stuck inside our business. It's hard to read the label when you're inside the bottle. So when you bring these problems and situations to, your wife who's maybe outside of the business, she can look in and say, oh, why don't you just do this? And you're like, oh yeah, duh, that makes complete sense.
Right. So. It's a fresh perspective on things and takes of people that's, like, as you said, it's not in the bottle. Now, are there any books that you can recommend to my listeners to get started in marketing and YouTube marketing?
As far as getting started in YouTube marketing, I don't know a lot of YouTube marketing books, to be honest. The book I would suggest, though, for entrepreneurs is The E-Myth. That was a book that was recommended to me starting out because, when you're just starting the business and you're an entrepreneur, you have to do everything. And that's not a business. Like you're stuck in your job where you're doing everything. So that book was provided some great guidelines and principles on how to build a business and replace yourself, how to build a team, how to market the company. And I basically built the company around what I learned from that book, and that's just been a huge lifesaver.
Yeah, and that's Michael Gerber. That's a very, very, very good book. I enjoyed that too. How can my listeners learn more about you and your company and all of the projects that you're involved with? Absolutely.
Yeah. So we got, I'd just refer people to videopower.org. We have a lot of blog posts. We have a lot of free resources. We have a free video marketing course that you can download and check out. We also have some courses, and you can see more of our services as well.
Yeah, I would say I obviously doing my research, played around on your website. There are some fantastic resources on there. There's a free course to get you started with your YouTube marketing on Jake's website. and a ton of other free resources that he has if you want to learn more information just about how to get started. So I would highly recommend that. Jake, thank you so much for coming on the show today and sharing your journey and your knowledge around a very important topic and providing so much value to my listeners. I really enjoyed our conversation.
No, thanks for having me, MC. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for joining me and my guest, Jake Larsen, on the Cashflow Ninja podcast today. If you like what you hear and appreciate what we're trying to build here at the Cashflow Ninja, please subscribe, rate, and review our show on iTunes and share our show with friends, family, and your network. I really have been humbled by your support and feedback, and if there's any way that I can provide more value to you and serve you better and improve this show, please email me at info@cashflowninja.com or tweet me on Twitter at MC Lobsher. Don't forget to take advantage of the offers from our partners that aims to empower you to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. Our healthy partner Onnit provides supplements, nutrient-dense and earth-grown foods, and fitness equipment to help you achieve your next level of well-being and total human optimization. Our listeners can get a 10% discount with coupon code GETONIT at cashflowninjahealth.com. Our wealthy partner Fundrise gives everyone the opportunity to invest directly in high-quality real estate without the middleman. Fundrise makes the process of investing in the highest quality commercial real estate from around the country simple, efficient, and transparent. You can get started with as little as $1,000, and you don't have to be an accredited investor to participate in some of their offerings. You can check them out at cashflowninjawealth.com. Our wise partner Audible offers a free audiobook download of any book. When you try Audible for 30 days, you can grab your free audiobook download at cashflowninjabook.com. That's our show for today, everyone. Until next time, live a life of passion and purpose on your terms.
You have been listening to the Cashflow Ninja with your host, MC Laubscher, the podcast empowering and inspiring people to discover how to generate their own income and manage, grow, and protect their own wealth in the new economy. Today's show notes and resources are available on our website, cashflowninja.com. This presentation is for educational and informational purposes only. The information being presented and considered does not consider your particular financial objectives or situation, and it does not make personalized recommendations. This material is not intended to replace the advice of a qualified tax and legal advisor or other qualified professionals, and you should not use the information in place of a customized consultation with a licensed professional regarding your specific personal financial objective, situation, and needs. We believe the information provided is reliable, but we do not guarantee its accuracy, timeliness, or completeness.